Hey you guys, and welcome back to Crochet College. My name is Mia, and in today's video we are going to be reviewing this Yarn Bee Comfy Classic yarn. This is in the color Ocean Water. At Hobby Lobby, where I purchased this yarn, I paid $3.99 in US dollars. This is a medium 4 weight yarn. This yarn is made with 48% viscose, 30% polyester, and 22% nylon. Overall, for this yarn, they recommend that you hand wash it on cold, lay it flat to dry, do not iron, do not bleach, and do not dry clean. For this yarn, they recommend that you use a 6.5mm crochet hook to make a 4" by 4" swatch using 16 single crochets across and 18 rows up. My first impression of this yarn was me getting excited because this yarn has a tight knit to it and it's spiraled beautifully, but let me get up close to it. But it almost has like that t-shirt yarn feel. So it's not quite a linguine, it's definitely got a tubular shape, but it is a solid and stretchy fiber there. So I really liked that. The feeling almost reminds me of a hair elastic, like that texture that goes around one of those hair ties. So when I saw this yarn, I was excited because I wanted to take beautiful pictures of how to do stitches, and I think this kind of yarn would be perfect for it. For feel, the yarn does feel very soft. It doesn't have that rough texture, and this is a solid skein. You can tell that this thing is packed all the way in there. And I am a center puller, so this yarn is definitely going to be difficult for me to pull out from the middle. So it might be the kind of yarn that you have to go around the side of. Okay, so I have to preface with the fact that I knew 16 single crochets followed by 18 rows in a 6.5mm crochet hook was going to give me something slightly bigger than 4" by 4". Just because it's a thicker yarn. It says 4 medium, but I don't know, it might hit 5, and it's very thick and it's bulky. But all that aside, I know I'm relatively a loose crocheter. I don't have the highest tension on my hook, and I usually let my hook do the talking when I'm working it up. So this is my swatch that I worked up, 16 rows across 16 single crochets across followed by 18 rows. And this was recommended to make a 4" by 4" square. I am at 6 inches across and 5.5, but I can stretch it to 6 inches long. So this is 2 inches above the gauge that they are recommending with that hook size. If I was going to even try, which I don't think I physically could, cram 16 stitches and 18 rows into a 4 by 4 spot, I would have to have crazy tension on my hook. For me, to get that 4" by 4" square, I would have to have 11 stitches across by 14 rows. So there is a big difference between what I produced with their recommendation versus what they thought I could. That is important, why we should always check our gauges before beginning a project. So, that all aside, I do really like this yarn. It's so stretchy. I would love to make this for any really good winter material, like a hat or a headband. Honestly, even a scrunchie could do really well with this because the material itself has a sense of elasticity to it that you don't really get in a lot of other yarns. So that is unique, and that has it going for it. However, I will say that this yarn was prone to splitting while I was working it up. And I was using a hook size that honestly I was pretty comfortable using for this weight. And in my independent projects, I would probably use this hook size too. I love the stitch definition. But those splits definitely took away some points. So overall, I'm going to give this yarn probably I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 actually. I did enjoy the fact that my stitches are well defined. I would love to see this with a shell stitch, and or even a star stitch would look beautiful, just because it's got that nice definition that a t-shirt yarn gives you. It's only $3.99 a skein, and like I said, this stuff is solid. Like, I can't even squish it. It's so solid. And I mean, although they got their gauge wrong, it came out beautiful. I'm not going to get that elasticity from anything else. The one thing that I'm actually excited about with this yarn is I would love to see how it did with making like a crop top or a swimsuit, which is really popular right now. But the one thing that's really holding me back on that is these wash instructions. It wants you to hand wash on cold and lay flat to dry. No dry cleaning, no bleaching, no ironing. So, I mean, something that is really going to be worn on your body, I like to have that convenience of taking it to the washing machine. So for that reason, I will probably stick to using this for hats, maybe some headbands, scrunchies would be great, small projects like that. Thank you guys for watching. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any other recommendations for yarn that you would like me to try out, please leave that in the comments down below. I hope you guys have a great day.